All right, Ian, we alive, man.
All right, Mike, how's it going? Good to see you again.
It's going well, man. How are you today?
Oh, doing great, doing great.
Love it.
Just busy working, molding, all that.
That's cool, man. I love it. Well, we'll get into all that. So let's see what we're going to talk about today. What's the first
Yeah,
topic?
it's interesting because we've known each other for what, almost 20 years.
Almost 20 years. Yeah, just about. One
And
year off.
we've been talking on the phone, and then every now and then we'll do these Zoom meetings and kind of catch up with what's going on.
Yeah.
I always thought, every time we talk, we get together because you and I we get along so well
Right.
that it'd be interesting to start recording them.
Yeah, totally.
Because sometimes, we'll hit on a conversation and we'll just like hit like lightning in a bottle and just a funny moment. And I'm thinking, man, it'd be cool for other people to see this. So that was kind of my idea is like, let's just have a two buddies talking over Zoom and
Yeah,
everything.
I
But
mean, we talk so often anyway. We might as well record it and and put it out for everyone else because we have some pretty fun conversations, you know what I mean?
so, but this one, I want to talk about how we met,
Okay.
where we met.
I
You
could
know,
do that. Cleveland,
we met in Cleveland.
2007, 2006, 2006.
No, it was after. It had to
It
have been
was
after because 2006 was.
was chiller.
It wasn't Chiller, but in Cleveland 2006 is when Brian Jones first purchased the house.
Okay. All right. All right.
Prior to it was all prior to it being finished. House
Okay.
was already done, so I think we already did like a couple shows there already. And then that year that you were there, and you were there with your wife back then, and Phil
Yep. Bill Martin. Yep.
Martin was there, and I remember because it was just a regular convention, just signing things and met you guys, and
It was a cool convention. Not bad.
yeah,
It was
and then
fun.
we all went out, went to go to the bar upstairs to have a few drinks, and
I remember that clear as day. We were all
and
sitting around that big table, and you
yeah,
were at the far end. I remember that.
yeah, and I remember Phil just. I mean, you guys had both contrasting personalities,
Yeah,
basically.
because he's very loud and I'm kind of quiet.
In life from Boston. You're from New York, but you're more kickback New York.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I just remember um you guys got me hammered. Let's I remember purchasing one drink.
Oh
I
my
don't
God.
just it's like you'd be like, you done? About halfway? Here's another. What are you drinking? That doesn't matter. Let's get some shots.
That was my 20s, Ian. We were allowed to do that back then. I can't do that shit anymore.
So I can still do that.
Oh, good for you, man. I can't. I can't. No way.
Yeah, but that's when I realized that I really can't do that anymore. Um,
Oh my
so
gosh.
the night went on, more people started joining our party, and
Got
everybody
bigger and bigger. I remember that. Yeah.
bigger and bigger. More people kept buying me drinks because I was drinking like vodka and tonic. And then someone says, "I remember you just drink rum and coke. Here's a rum and coke." I started mixing the alcohol.
Oh my God. I do remember that too. That's funny. I remember laughing at you going, "Oh my God, he's mixing all the alcohol."
And you're just like, okay, it's like I could use friends right now, so I'll go, you know. So
Oh God, dude, that's so funny. Yep.
we, we went to a nightclub.
You remember that nightclub? We
Yeah,
walked there, didn't we?
yeah, we walked
We
there.
walked there through the streets of Cleveland.
It was November, so
November, it was fucking freezing.
yeah, I still have the jacket. I remember I had this like big like parka,
Oh my God, dude.
and so we went there, and we basically stayed there until closing, until last call, lights are on. So okay, now you guys got to get out. And at that point in time, I mean, the room was just spinning, spinning, and spinning, and it's like you have that moment where you go, I had too much. I didn't
Sure.
out. I just had too much.
Yeah, it happens. Everyone has it every now and then.
You guys had to carry me out, like in a stretcher, but like hold me up. And as we're walking to the door, the lights are on. You feel everything starting to come up.
Oh, here it comes.
And luckily, there was a garbage can right there. I made it to the garbage can, so everything went in there. So I was proud of myself. I didn't go on the floor. Nobody had to clean up after me. It was all in a garbage can that I think they just replaced because it was an empty, like they just took out all the bottles, put a new, like, just put a new bag in there, you idiot. And I remember making it back to the hotel, and I remember I was walking with someone. I think it was my friend Michelle. I was walking with her, but it ended up with somebody else. I think it was the other girl, Melanie. Who was
Melanie
back.
Englert. Yep, I remember her.
So, so I was like, how did what happened to? I gotta go to sleep. So, 'cause
Oh my God, dude.
then I woke up and had the worst hangover of my life. I had to be downstairs, and
Oh shit, that's funny.
all of you. Like, how could you do this to me? Which really is like, how could I do this to myself? I'm an adult. I can say no.
Oh
But
my God, dude. That was so funny. I just remember drink after drink after drink. It was nonstop. It was insane.
I remember I got up late and I arrived late. And I didn't even have time to shower. I didn't have time to get ready. I just splashed some water on my face. I had longer hair at the time, so it was just hanging.
Oh my
I
God.
like
I
stumbled
remember that.
downstairs. And then, there's like a line waiting for me to sign autographs. And it's like, as soon as you pop that Sharpie and you smell that ink, you're like, oh,
Oop.
what do I make it out to? And
Oh
you know,
my
it's like
God.
people can tell that something was wrong and that I probably had a fun night, but you know what? They didn't give a shit. They're still like, hey, Joe, do the line, do it. Like, I can't right now. Brian was pissed.
Oh my God, dude.
He was just like, it's come on, guys, you gotta. And that was when we were also shooting a documentary. We had a film crew there,
Right.
and we were doing it was another Christmas story. So it was all of our behind the scenes stories.
Yeah, sure.
And so the director, this guy Bill Zarka, would pull us away when we had time. And I went upstairs, and it did, and I didn't even still didn't have time to like freshen up. So he just did an interview with me. I was feeling a little better, had some coffee, and I remember he showed me the footage. He sent it to me that he shot.
Right.
I went, "You're not using this." What do you mean? We shot it. We can't afford to do it all over again. I go, "Nope, you're not using this." I look like a dead cat. I said, I'm not allowed to go up. He's like, so what do we do? What do we do? He's also a guy from New York, big guy from New York. He's like, well, what are we supposed to do? Well, I go, don't worry about it. My cousin and I have a production company. We got cameras.
Oh my
I think I
God.
even brought the camera for him to use. And I said, we're going to use the same camera. I'm going to go to my cousin's house. I'm going to write down all the questions that you ask. I'm going to get down all the answers. I'm just going to turn it into a script, and I'm going to reshoot the whole thing. I'll
Oh
send you
my
the.
God.
So I had to do that. So because I was a mess. I was an absolute mess. And that's how you and I became friends.
And I'm looking at the picture right now of the first photo you and I took together. I'll
Oh, really?
send it to you and you can put it up.
Yeah, I want to see it. I want
It's
to
the
see it
first photo. Your hair was long. It was like over your face.
when I had hair.
Yeah, when you had hair, you're fine.
And it
Yeah,
didn't still
I
fall.
found the photo, dude. Yeah, that's what I was just looking for. It was
But
November 23rd, 2007.
I still can't believe like how bad I was because we've done things before, and that's just something you do afterwards as you go out.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, of course.
Fun, and you make it on time. You got a little bit of a headache, but that one was just bad. That was I don't usually feel like that afterwards. And but yeah, so 20 years later, here we are. And so that's how we met. And I
Oh
just
my
remember
God.
that day, I was like, I hate you guys so much. But
Oh
I
my
was,
God. Dude, I even have pictures from the nightclub.
hmm?
I have pictures from the nightclub.
Oh my God, you got to send those to me.
Oh my God, dude, you got to see these photos, brother.
They're going up. Did
Oh
you
my
send
God, they're so good.
me double check?
Hold on, it's coming to you right now. You got to see this and you got to put it up over the screen while we're talking. So yeah, man. So yeah, you know what's funny? I have a funny story about that club too. It was the day I turned 25,
Really?
right? And we were at the club at midnight. And I remember saying to Zach Ward, "Oh, it's my birthday. We're here at midnight." And
Oh my God.
he pucked me right in the lips, a big fat wet kiss right on
Oh,
the lips. And he goes, "Happy birthday!" Mwah! And throws me off. And everyone was hysterical laughing. I was like, "What just happened?"
oh my God.
It
Yeah.
was so freaking funny, dude. I remember that clear as day. Look at the
This,
photos. Aren't they great?
yeah. I think that I'm looking at the second photo with
The nightclub with Yano and
you can see in my face
oh
that
yeah. You
made
could
me a little,
tell at that point you were like, "Oh my God, I am done."
yeah. Am I here? Who's
Look how young Yano looks too. Look at that. He looks like a
and
little.
he still had his long hair.
Yeah, he still has long hair, man. That's crazy. Yeah. So you
God,
have
we
to
were.
put this one up so everyone can see it.
Oh yeah, that one's going up. They'll see it. There's
So
the
that's
one.
cool, man. So what do we got next? What else are we talking about today? Besides us, the origin story.
Well, we got the origin story out of the way. I'm
You
sure
want to
there's.
give a little background on each of us? Like real quick.
Yeah,
Like
well,
explain
go
to
ahead and start.
people what you've done and what I'll say what I've done.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, you could start. Again.
Well, I think most people are going to see this like, hey, Randy.
Yeah, Christmas story. Yeah,
So there's other stuff that I've done. I mean, I've, worked behind the scenes and now I got into puppeteering and everything and working on that. We'll probably get more into that as we do more because I like to always tell you when I'm working.
I love hearing it, dude. You're
I
forgetting Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the next generation.
we're gonna do a whole thing on that.
I
That's a
can't
whole
wait, dude. I'm so excited. I love that show.
that's a whole episode.
Meets Power Rangers.
When the turtles met the Power Rangers.
We'll have
Yeah.
to talk about it. Season 4, episode 12, I think, if I'm not
Yeah. It's a
mistaken.
two-part episode.
Yep,
Shock
two part.
Shock, what it's called. So you guys can check it out. It's up on YouTube.
Yep.
Um, but yeah, I'll tell you the story about how I worked on, how I got it
Yeah.
and what madness it was to work on that show.
It's cool. I can't wait to hear it, dude. So, real quick, a little background on me. I mean, I run a website called MediaMikes.com with me and my partner Mike Smith, and we've been doing that just over 15 years, believe it or not. I interviewed you once back in the day.
You got me twice.
Twice. I interviewed Yano, Zach, all of them. So over the years, I did that. So, and right now I'm actually well, I guess I should say we are starting a movie, a documentary that we're gonna start shooting in July.
It was all your idea. You told me you were doing this, and I was like, that sounds really cool. I want to do something too. So
Yeah. So the documentary is called Jaws Goes to the Bahamas, a documentary. It's uh it's like a 40th anniversary culmination of the cult success of Jaws the Revenge. Everyone loves Jaws the Revenge, right? So
right. It's the movie we what do they say? It's the movie we love to hate or hate to
love to
love.
hate, love yeah, you know it. So right now we are crowdfunding on Indiegogo. We'll put up a link to that if you guys want to be a part of it. And that's it. We start shooting in July. So we go out to LA and we start shooting.
You ready? There's possibility of going to Massachusetts, but we're not sure yet.
That's
We
also true. I have talked to my wife.
what the budget is, you know.
Budget wise, yes, that's more important.
Otherwise, I mean, I'd say, drive out there, but
It's a far drive.
for me it would be. For you, not as far.
Yeah. What's
So,
funny is that I'm going to be in Pennsylvania
oh, you are?
the day before. So I am going to be closer.
Okay. What are you doing in Pennsylvania?
I'm just visiting family.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah, I'm going to be there until the 20th.
All right.
So we'll see what happens, man. June 20th, they're doing like another Jaws Fest in Martha's Vineyard.
Yeah.
So that would be a fun thing for us to go to, especially with this new endeavor that we just started. So
Yeah. Yeah. No, we'll definitely go. But yeah, I mean, you're really pulling this thing together. I mean, this is all you. I'm just kind of, I'm helping you out as much as I
you're
can.
helping out, absolutely. We need different things. I
Yeah.
can't do it all by myself. I need like a right hand guy. So you're my right hand guy. You're handling everything.
Yeah, it's really difficult, when that's why it's like if you're on your own and people, will get impatient with a project you're working on. It's like, well, when's it gonna get done? It's like, dude, if it's just me, it's gonna take a lot longer,
Yeah.
you know. But sometimes I know me, I'm working on my project, and you're helping me with that as well.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about that a little bit, just to touch on it?
Not too much, not yet.
Not yet. All right, that's cool. No worries. I wanted to see if you wanted to touch.
I've become very superstitious over the
I
years.
get it. I get it.
So many times that I've been working on projects, not even my own, but for other people that I've been excited about. As soon as I start spilling the beans and blabbing about it, then that person calls me up and goes, we're not going to do it anymore.
Yeah, but we don't want that to happen. So let's stay quiet right now, and then we'll blow it up when we do it on.
What we talk about because it's actually happening. We
Yeah.
have a So when you have a plan and you're going to go forward with it, now you can start talking. The snowball is rolling.
Yeah,
We're,
totally.
man, I can give you a sneak peek, but that's all you get.
Figure
Something.
out what that is.
Yeah. So at
We'll
least you
find out in the future episode.
got a sneak of like something that's going on. It's happening, but you're not going to see too much until, the next thing.
I
So,
love it, dude. That's amazing. So, yeah, that's awesome, man. What else we got going on?
oh man, that's about it.
Yeah,
So
I agree. We'll start our next episode. We'll start talking about toys, right? If I'm not mistaken.
we're going to talk about toys or maybe we'll talk about turtles.
Ooh, all right. Turtles might be good. A good
I,
follow up.
I found some pictures of me from the set of
No, you got to send them to me, man. We have to put them up.
I will. We'll send them to you, and then yeah, because that's the other thing is like I said, we met at one of the like a Christmas story convention, and I've been doing some of the other conventions, as well, and I've over the years, I stopped doing them for a while. Now I'm actually wanting to do them again because
Sure. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and it's weird because I try and tell people, yeah, I was a turtle, I was Michelangelo at one point in time. you know, and I did all the facial, features. But
So awesome, dude.
yeah, I remember because you posted like,
Yeah,
hey,
that I was watching it out of the blue, just randomly.
and I thought I told you about it, and I was
No,
like, oh
I had no clue, dude.
yeah, it was a picture of Michelangelo, and he's got the orb over his head, and I was like, oh, that's me right there, and you were like, what? I
I
go,
was like,
no,
holy shit. I was just watching it because I wanted to watch it.
yeah. So
Completely random.
yeah, we'll make next episode turtle time.
That's good. I dig it, man. I love it. All right, Ian. Sounds good, man.
All right,
All right,
so
brother. This was good. We'll wrap it up and we'll pick it up next time.
you got it, man.
All right, brother. Take care.